Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great opportunity for us to be here. Thank you very much for joining us. And I think I see some familiar faces and some new friends. And together, we are going to work toward our common goal. So the topic of the discussion is Synergizing Nature and Technology Strategic Leadership for Climate Resilience. We know Indonesia is blessed with abundance of resources like tropical forests, peatland, mangrove that serve as a vital carbon sinks. So on this occasion, we're going to explore how the Indonesian corporations are going to harmonize the nature with the technology to build a climate resilient future, to strengthen the climate integrity, to achieve NZE, and of course, to enhance the global competitiveness. In order to do that, we're going to invite all the speakers and the moderator. Let's welcome Mbak Nala Amirah.
Thank you so much, Mbak Mona. A warm welcome to all of you once again in the Indonesian Pavilion of Day 3 of COP30. Today we're going to have the second session of the CEO talk, and I'm very, very honored to be moderating this talk today. It's a really important topic, and I think Mbak Mona has already introduced just how important that topic it is towards Indonesia. So over the next 90 minutes, our objective is to move forward from the high-level commitments that we know that Indonesia is so much forward looking to, and sort of try to understand a little bit more on the practical implementations and understand how we can better develop these low carbon technologies into Indonesia's key economic sectors. So we're going to be looking at the real world cases, and we're going to look towards 3 different sectors today, from mining, from agriculture, from manufacturing, from green supply chains. And so to lead this discussion, we have an exceptional panel, as you can see here, who are implementing these strategies that we want to learn more about. So without further ado, it is my great honor to invite them to the stage now. First, please welcome Mr. Dwi Satrio Anugrogo, the Director of Operations at PT Pupuk Indonesia. As our national fertilizer and petrochemical company, they are the heart of Indonesia's food security. Next, please welcome Mr. David Wei, the General Manager of Huayou Indonesia Regional Management Center. Huayou is a major global player in the EV battery supply chain and focuses on the responsible processing of critical materials. And last but not least, please welcome Mr. Bandung Sahari, the Director of PT Astra Agro Lestari. As part of the vast Astra network, they are a leader in Indonesian agriculture and agro-industry. Please join me once again, ladies and gentlemen, in a warm applause for our panelists today. Gentlemen, thank you all for being here today. How are you all doing? Is Belém too hot? How's the weather today? How are we feeling? Very similar to Jakarta weather, I'm guessing. So we're going to kickstart our session right away. And so to do that, we'd like to invite our panelists onto the podium to deliver their presentation. And after that, we will also have the chance to have a moderated discussion with our panelists, followed by a short Q&A if time permits. So I would like to first invite Mr. David Wei. Mr. David, you have the floor. Mr. David will share with us how Huayou Indonesia is deploying technological breakthroughs from a low-emission nickel and battery supply chain. Mr. David, you have 15 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nana. It's my great opportunity to be here to introduce something we have done in Indonesia, and my topic is Huayou Indonesia. We are driving sustainability through downstream and technological innovation. And first, next page, please. Next, please. So, first of all, please allow me to introduce Huayou to all of you. Huayou Holding was founded in 2002, and our headquarters is located in Tongxiang, Zhejiang, and China. And over the past 20 years, Huayou has established a complete production chain for lithium battery materials, and we also get some achievements. For the processing of total lithium battery ternary materials, we are the biggest in the world. And for the cobalt new material market share, we are also the first of the world. And for nickel, cobalt, and lithium supply chain guarantee, we are leading the world in our field. Next, please. So in 2024, we spent a lot of money, over 280 million US dollars for research and development, and that makes Huayou ranked 144th among the top 500 private enterprise in China. So we also get some remarkable technology progresses and awards in China. Next, please. This picture shows our 5 major business sectors. The first one is in Africa. There we produce raw cobalt oxide and electrowinning copper, lithium concentrate, and lithium salt. And the second one is Indonesian nickel industry. And now in Indonesia, we can produce MHP and high-grade nickel made, nickel sulfate and cobalt sulfate, which are all battery grade. And also we can produce nickel and cobalt metal directly. And since the end of last year, we can produce, and we are the first one, can produce ternary precursor in Indonesia. That makes Indonesia move one step forward for the nickel new energy industry. And the third one is new material industry, which mainly located in China, in Zhejiang and Guangxi province. There we produce cobalt new materials, electrowinning cobalt and metal and nickel, and also lithium carbonate. And the fourth one is our new energy industry. We produce precursors and also ternary and iron phosphate included. And also we produce cathodes, lithium iron phosphate, lithium cobalt, and we have battery grade copper foil. And Huayou is the biggest one to produce battery grade copper foil. The fifth one is our recycling industry, which is responsible for recycling and reuse of the waste batteries. And also, we take responsibility of cascade utilization of retired batteries. Next, please. This picture shows actually after more than 20 years development, Huayou has already covered all of the main battery manufacturers all over the world. For example, LG, CATL, and a lot of battery manufacturers. That means Huayou's material already covered all of the automobile manufacturers and also other customers like Apple and Huawei and Xiaomi. Next, please. Okay, this picture shows our global industry layout planning. In the middle is Indonesia, and in Indonesia we focused our projects in Sulawesi Island and Halmahera Island. Next. The next part I want to introduce Huayou Indonesia's laterite nickel development practice. Next. Actually, Huayou entered Indonesia since 2018 and has established an integrated industrial chain that covers upstream resource development, cobalt nickel crude extraction, refining, and lithium battery materials manufacturing. And till now, we already invest about 11 billion US dollars in Indonesia, and we have 22,000 employees in Indonesia, and that number is expected to reach 100 million within 5 years, because we have a lot of new industry park and new projects are under designing, and some of them are under construction. Huayou has established a model for foreign invested enterprise integrated into local communities and achieve a harmonious development that is open and cooperative to establish an integrated lithium ion battery ecosystem in Indonesia. Next. This is our projects in Indonesia. Some of them are in Halmahera Island and many in Iwebe Industrial Park, and we have a new industrial park under design which was follow the President Prabowo's order. And most of other projects are in Sulawesi Island, many in two of them are located in Morowali Industrial Park, and the other are our own industrial park. Next. Huayou is a technology-driven enterprise leading manufacturer of green, low-carbon, high ESG standard of new energy battery materials. Next, please. We value in ESG includes technology leadership, business for good, and win-win co-construction with impact model development to proactively address ESG risks and ensure sustainable operations. Next. So this picture shows two of our projects in Indonesia is Huayou and Huafei, which is the when Huayou finished, it is the biggest in the world. But after 2 years, it was beyond by Huafei project. Actually, Huafei project is the biggest one for light vehicle export project. So now in these two projects, compared with other export projects, especially in Indonesia or in other countries, our energy consumption is about 70% of them, and compared with the traditional RKEF process, we can only use 1/8 of the energy consumption. So right now, our carbon emission for the scope 1 plus scope 2 is about 7.1 for these two projects. And we have our zero carbon action plan, so maybe in 2050, we can reach our target. Next. In Morowali, we set up the first and also the longest slurry pipeline from SCM mining zone to our hydro project in Morowali Industrial Park. It is about 65 kilometers long, and after the pipeline was finished, we can reduce the carbon emission from 1.32 down to 0.54, and also we increased our operation cost efficiency about 55%. Next. We have a lot of new innovations of technology. Some of them are currently under deployment. After this technology being deployed, we can lower the carbon emission to about 5.5. That will be the lowest in the world. Next, please. When we're talking, when everybody are talking about the hydro projects, one of the most important topic is about the tailing. How you can guarantee the tailing, how you can guarantee the safety. So in order to solve the tailing problem, right now right now we set up our dry stacking facilities or some backfield facilities. But in the future, we developed a new technology to address tailing storage challenge in a more environment-friendly way, enabling to recover iron and sulfur from the tailing. And after we recover iron and tailing, the tailing which now was defined as B3 hazard waste, but after the new technology, it can be considered as a normal waste. Next. Huayou Indonesia collaboration with global climate stakeholders. Next, please. Next, please. Okay, this May, Huayou become a leader initiator with UNGC and 18 other institutions to launch the China-Indonesia Community Sustainable Development Action Network, ensure that the investment embrace more sustainable and demand-driven practice and help advance in the SDGs. Next, please. The high-quality construction of Huayou Indonesia and the high-efficiency operation of Huayou's project in Indonesia has has attracted great attention from the world new energy industry, Aeromet, Volkswagen, Ford, Samsung, LG, Toyota, BASF, and etc. They since they are very professional team to do diligence investigation in our projects, and after that, many of them reached extensive cooperation with Huayou. Next. And one of the most important collaboration, also partnership, we can take our KNI project as an example. Huayou established a joint venture export project named KNI together with PT Huayou Indonesia and Ford Americans. Through the progress, Huayou has gained valuable insights and conducted extensive study for best ESG practice and performance. Next. We hope to express our appreciation to the Minister of the Environment of the Republic of Indonesia for its continuous support through programs, collaboration, open dialogue, and dedication in safeguarding Indonesia's green transition towards sustainable development of lithium-ion battery industrial chain. And especially we want to thank you, Mr. Hanif, the Minister of the Environment of Indonesia. Thank you.
Let's give another round of applause for Mr. Wei. And we'd like to invite our second speaker, Mr. Bandung Sahari. You have the floor.
Yes. Okay, good afternoon everybody. So Ibu Sinta, terima kasih banyak. So thank you very much for the opportunity given to us. We see this as an opportunity to share our thought, our experience, and our initiative, and when possible to get some valuable inputs from you all, what needs to be improved. So in this opportunity, I would like to highlight, to discuss about the cross-sectoral decarbonizations in Astra Agro Lestari, digitalization, nature-based solutions, and clean technology. Next slide, please. So, as your information is that Astra Agro Lestari is part of the Astra International. So then, Astra Agro Lestari is actually its subsidiaries. So, actually, we are working with 41 oil palm plantations in Indonesia from Aceh to Sulawesi, and we work with more than 32,000 households in our plantations, and we process around 15,000 ton fresh fruit bunch every day. Can we go to the next slide? So what about the climate policy in Indonesia? When the global commitment to keep global temperatures rise before 2% Celsius and seek to limit it to 1.5 degrees Celsius, so Indonesia has submitted its first NDC in 2016 and updated NDC in 2022, and the enhanced NDC of Indonesia has been submitted in 2022. And second NDC has been submitted just last month, 2025. And while Indonesia is trying to commit with net zero emission by 2060, Astra Agro Lestari and Astra International is trying to commit net zero emission 2050 by trying to reduce 30% of greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. Can we go to the next slide? So what about the digital transformations that we are trying to develop? And then as you can see in the slide that there are many initiatives related to the digital transformations covering various aspects, including the utilizations of mobile device, drone, CPO tank sensors, and also the plantation operation analytics. So then we are trying to be the world-class plantations operations. So can we go back to, when we go to the next slide? So this is just a snapshot of an example of the digital applications that we are trying to develop, specifically on wire preventions, and we do this digitalizations in wire spot monitoring and replanting process. As you can see in this slide, that land fire in Indonesia was happened in 2015 and 2019. So then this is very crucial for these digital applications to monitor and to prevent possible fire preventions in the future. Next slide, please. So this is another technology that we applied through the utilizations of several initiatives for the GSG reduction program. The first is that we developed a CO2 removal through nature-based solutions, that our project are located in Riau province and also in Banten province. And the second one is that CO2 avoidance through the peatland rehabilitations and conservations. You know that Indonesia has a very strong regulation related to the peat conservations and how to mitigate CO2 emission through water management system. And then in Astra Agro Lestari, we developed what we call methane capture. So then methane emissions cover around 60 to 70% of total GHG emissions in palm oil productions. And the last one is how to avoid CO2 emissions through the fire prevention, as previously I have explained related to the utilization of digitalizations for fire preventions. Next slide, please. And related to this peatland conservation, so then we apply also peatland rewetting system in all palm plantations that can reduce a third of CO2 emissions. This is also our effort to comply with the national regulations. And as you can see here that based on the recent research that rewetting drained peatlands on oil palm plantation reduced heterotrophic respirations by 34% and total respirations by 20%. Next slide, please. So, fighting the fire land in our plantations is not easy. So then we cannot do it alone. So we need to have collaborations in the landscape, in the ecosystems, not only us preventing the possible fire, but we need to engage with local communities, with the community living around surrounding the plantations, and also other stakeholders in the area in questions. So the fire prevention initiative include the collaborations of related stakeholders, landscape fire prevention perspective, and empowering community. As your information is that AAL now is developing, has developed and still developing what we call in Indonesia Masyarakat Peduli Api, or a community cares about fires. In there are around 122 MPA have been established in our plantations. And through these programs, then we develop these facilities, trainings, and technology for community to do this fire prevention together with the companies. Okay, next slide, please. So related to the business process and zero waste practices, this is, as you can see in this slide, that is the palm oil business process from land preparations, plantation management, mills and storage, and also refineries. So related to zero waste practices in our palm productions, we start with the retrieve to energy. We establish methane captures in our mills, and we use that biogas resulted from this methane capture for our fuel in mills. And then we also use the biomass. This include fibers and cell for replacing this fossil fuel in our mills. So then we also conduct a recycle through the land applications and also empty fruit bunch applications that can replace 50% of chemical fertilization in our plantations. And recovery remaining cells are sold to generate others incomes, and then that can be used to reduce the emission for other companies. And for the reuse, the condensate steam of processed water in our palm mill also is also established. And in the plantations, we reduce the utilizations of insecticides by replacing them with more green method, what we call the biological controls in our plantation. This not only how to control the pest population, but it's also increase the agro biodiversity in our plantations. Next slide, please. For the clean technology, as I already explained before, that this is what we call methane capture. This is the business development model that can be used not only in our our operations, but this can also be replicated to our other plantations in Indonesia and in other countries. So this by establishing this methane capture, so that we can extract this biogas, and it can be utilized as to replace the fossil fuel in our mill, and it also can be used for burner electricity and compressed biogas or CBG. Next slide, please. Now we have come to the key summaries. The Astra evolved for cross-sectoral decarbonizations that we have developed and still developing digital transformations and green transformations as a key for Astra to pursue its sustainability journey. Digitalization has been applied through drone utilization for replanting purposes and other purposes. And the second is that the green transformation has been actively applied through various greenhouse gas emissions reductions program, including nature-based solutions, peatland rewearings, methane captures, and community-based peat fire preventions. And conservation of peatland through the rewetting programs has been also developed and is still now developing in order not only to conserve our wetland, but is also to align with national regulation related to the fire preventions and peatland managements. Waste from industry such as palm oil mill effluent could be transformed into the biomethane or biogas that could be used as energy sources for cooking, electricity, industrial application, including feedstock for green hydrogens. Could also be used as organic fertilizer to reduce the applications of chemical fertilizer. I think those the key summaries, Mbak Nala. Thank you very much for your attention. Terima kasih.
Thank you so much, Bapak. Let's give a round of applause for Bapak Bambung. And so just staying in the sector of agriculture as well, we'd like to see a little bit more on fertilizer as well. So we'd like to invite Mr. Dwi Satrio. You have the floor.
Good afternoon, distinguished speakers, global partners, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, I would like to express my gratitude for the opportunity to stand in here. In this occasion, I would like to present how we PT Pupuk Indonesia fertilizers and industrial chemicals in transforming, in balancing, in food security to support food security in our nation and Indonesia, and also the global and also the climate resiliency actions. Next slide, please. We introduce PT Pupuk Indonesia. We have 5 subsidiary company as a fertilizer company and fertilizer manufacturers in Pupuk Sekarang Muda Aceh and also Pupuk Sriwijaya Palembang and Pupuk Kucang Cikampek in West Java, Petrokimia Gresik in East Java, and also Pupuk Kalimantan Timur in East Kalimantan. With the 5 subsidiaries company, we have a total capacity of ammonia is the 7 million tons of ammonia annually, and also we have a total capacity of the urea 9.4 million tons annually. Plus we have capacity of NPK fertilizers 4.6 million tons annually. So with the big capacity, we are the biggest and best fertilizer producer in Asia Pacific, Middle East, and North Africa. We have also 4 subsidiaries company to support our activity in shipping and also in the trading. Next slide, please. Yeah. Yes. Our portfolio strategy built on our purpose is contributing to the national food security and also contribute in the national development growth. We have 4 pillars. Firstly is the agri-chemicals. Secondly, industrial chemicals. The thirdly is the industrial support and clean ammonia. We talk about the clean ammonia deeply. Why and how about the ammonia? Next slide, please. Yeah, ammonia, as we know, ammonia is the N carrier, nitrogen carrier. Nitrogen is needed for the plantation as the fertilizers. Is the primary nutrient for the plantation. We need nitrogen as the fertilizers. And you know, ammonia also the hydrogen carrier. Hydrogen carrier. Hydrogen is the strong candidate to be a future friendly environment energy in the future. Ammonia is a nitrogen carrier and also the hydrogen carrier. Ammonia, the setting of the ammonia is gray ammonia, blue ammonia, and green ammonia. We realized that 15 plants of our ammonia plants, all of them is the gray ammonia, because we use natural gas raw material and we process it to be ammonia and then urea and some of the fertilizer kind of product of us. All of the ammonia plants of us is gray ammonia. And we know in the not long distant future, the gray ammonia have a big challenge in the decarbonization, policy and awareness and the climate change. So how and what and how we transforming our company to facing of the conditions. Okay, next slide, please. Yeah, this is our step of the decarbonization program. We facing of the awareness and also the regulation to decrease the carbon emission. As you know, 1 ton of ammonia produced occur approximately 2 tons of the CO2 emissions. So we should decrease it. How? The part of our program. Firstly, for the existing plants, we do efficiency, we do a revamping, and we switch the power generation from the coal to the natural gas. And step by step, we transform our plants to be a blue ammonia plants. We have a project combine the hydrogen, green hydrogen, and also we have a project in carbon capturing to capture our CO2 emission to the earth, and then we transform later to be to advance to develop the green ammonia. We can get the hydrogen coming from the renewable energy from the solar panel, and we get the hydrogen from the electrolyzing process. We get a green hydrogen, and we can react it with the nitrogen to be ammonia. So so we can get the green ammonia. It is important because in the future, as I said before, that the ammonia is the strong candidate as the hydrogen carrier. So in the future, the consumption of the ammonia will be high and higher, increase and higher and higher. To fulfill the industrial energy and also the fuel of the shipping. So we have a plan in the long run to switch our grey ammonia to be blue ammonia, and also still expand our capacity to get the green ammonia to fulfill the fertilizer needed, and also the green energy needed in the future. This is our plan, our plan and development. Not only in the technological aspect, we do the net-based solutions. Next slide, please. Again, I skip it. This next slide. Next slide again. Next slide again. Maybe. Sorry. Next slide again. Yeah. This net-based solution of us. Then we have agroforestry program. We collaboration with PT Perkebunan Nusantara, plantation state-owned enterprise in plantation, yeah. And also we do collaboration with the Indonesian Army to make agroforestry and also the mangrove restoration. We have a target in this years. We have plantation accumulation of plantation 1,500 hectares, and step by step we increase of the area of plantation. We have a collaboration with another company, and also of course with the government. Next slide, please. Yeah, we also Pupuk Indonesia also have a circular economic initiative with the recycle of the waste. We do some innovations in our technology. We recover energy and reduce CO2 emissions, and also industrial symbiosis. So in the long run, in our plan of development, we open to collaborate with another company, with another country to make to transfer our business from the grey ammonia first and to blue ammonia, and also we combine with the natural based solution. Next slide, please. Okay, next slide, please. Yeah, we've wrapped it that Pupuk Indonesia will be the front of the decarbonization balancing in position to support both of food security and also growing needed for the green energy. So that's all from us. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Bapak Dwi Satrio, for a very insightful presentation. So we've learned from two different sectors, we can say three different sectors, about different technologies that are being developed right now. And so, Bapak, you've mentioned also about the NDCs, about Indonesia's NDCs, and about the climate goals that Indonesia is investing and committing towards too. And we know that to achieve these NDCs, to achieve these national goals, we need better public-private partnerships, and we also need more technological innovations and financing. So from there, I'd like to ask Mr. Bandung and Mr. Wei, how do these specific technologies that you mentioned contribute directly to Indonesia's NDC and our global climate goals?
Okay, actually from our projects in Indonesia, Right now we have two export projects, and during the design stage, we take use of the gravity. We set up our FPP, that is the feeding preparation plant. There we feed in the plant with limonite, so it will be set at the top of the mountain, for example. And our water tanks also will be deployed at the top of the mountain, so the water, the slurry can go down by itself. We don't need big pumps at least. So that's one of the solution. And just as I mentioned in my presentation, we built a very long distance pipeline for the slurry. Before that, we need transport about 100,000 tons of the laminate per day. We need a lot of DTs, with diesel DTs. And after we make the slurry pipeline worked, so we don't need that much DTs, and we can reduce a lot of the carbon dioxide emission. And in our Huayou project, that is the biggest export project in the world. Right now we have 3 turbines, 3 generators can produce electricity from the heat recovery steam generator. Because in export projects we need a lot of sulfuric acid and we need strong steam. And where we get that, actually we burning sulfur from the furnace. During the sulfur, when it's burning, it will generate a lot of heat. So we recover the heat in the form of steam. This high pressure steam will be, some of the high pressure steam will be directly injected into our autoclave, and the rest of them will be sent to the turbines to generate electricity. Right now, 75% of the electricity export projects needed are from this generator set by ourselves. And at the end of this year, the first generator will be finished installing. And after that, we can provide 100% electricity by ourselves. We don't need any electricity from the industry parks power grid, which is generated from coal. So that is how we lower the carbon dioxide in our projects. And in the future, we will take, instead of, right now the DTs are diesel DTs, and in the future we will take the EDTs, electric DTs, instead of the diesel ones. So that will make our carbon dioxide lower again. So that is something we have done. And also we have some new innovations. For example, we can take use of the manganese in the solution to absorb the carbon dioxide to form manganese carbonate, which will be needed for the NCM tanneries. So that is something we need to do in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wei. So we've heard from decarbonization in terms of mobility and also transportation. So Mr. Bandung, would you like to share specifically in the agroforestry sector?
Thanks. I don't know how to use it. Thank you. Thank you. For this agriculture, especially for this palm oil industry, as I already mentioned in my presentations, that we set up several initiatives how to reduce greenhouse gas emission resulted from the productions of palm oil. The most powerful technology that we applied in our plantations is by applying the methane capture. As you are aware that palm oil meal effluent is the most higher source of methane, and that, as you know, that the methane emissions is for the global warming potentials for the methane is 25 to 26 times compared to the CO2. And this emissions from the palm oil meal effluents covers like 60 to 70% of total greenhouse gas emission resulted from this palm oil productions. So by applying this methane capture, we expect that 60% of greenhouse gas emission can be reduced. But at the same time, we can use the biogas, the biomethane, for replacing this fossil fuel in our mill. So this is the most powerful and impactful technology that we applied in our plantations to reduce the greenhouse gas emission. But at the same time, it can also contribute to the national target for NDC target for the national. And then we also have several initiatives regarding the utilizations of this empty fruit bunch to be applied in our plantations. It can reduce the 50% of the chemical fertilizer utilizations. And also we set up digital monitoring for the fire spot and hot spot, that it can also avoid the possible land fire in our plantations. So I think that's technology that we applied and that have impactful for GHG reductions.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Bandung. So just staying in that topic, when we talk about technology, it also means that we have to collaborate with a lot of stakeholders, learning from different partners, understanding how it also applies to our policies. And so what are specific partnerships or policies that you think are really needed right now to accelerate this technological innovation, maybe within agriculture? Yes, for you.
I thought that question for you. Okay, so thank you. Actually, for that technology, for not only that technology, but also for the overall efforts in reducing the greenhouse gas emissions, we need to collaborate with many stakeholders, actually. So for the technology itself, so then we have to collaborate with the universities. And for these fire preventions on the grounds, then we need to have collaborations with the local community, not only local, but all community living around the plantations, not only the community, but also other companies. And we need to approach this fire preventions on the ground through this multi-stakeholders initiative. Because we cannot do it alone. So we need to gather and this together with other parties to ensure that the landscape is far from this possible fire preventions in the future. Because we learned from what has happened in 2015 and in 2019, where this land fire has occurred in many places in Indonesia. So then the applications of technology like the utilization of drone, utilization of digital monitoring, so then we can monitor in real time for the possible hotspot that can be followed with the monitoring of the manifestations of hotspot into the fire spot on the ground. And then we in our peatland area, so then we collaborate with what we call Himpunan Gambut Indonesia, and we also through this community we also communicate with international experts like Prof. Mizuru Osaki, and then many other parties, because we cannot just do it alone for reducing emissions with, and I think without collaborations is like super very hard.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bandung. So just to see from the EV and battery sector, what are some of the partners or partnerships and the policies that we need right now, Mr. Wei?
Okay, thank you. And I think from EV industrial companies, we really need to cooperate with each other. For example, during we are setting up King Eye project, which was cooperated with Huayou Indonesia and Ford. We need to understand each other from the ESG standard because it's totally some of the standards is totally different. So first of all, we need to make each other understand from each other. So that's a very difficult part because there is no, at least now, there is no standard in Indonesia. So if it's possible, from the government or from some associations, they can set up the standard for Indonesia. So that will make our project go smoothly because we don't need to spend a lot of time to discuss which standard is okay, which is not okay. So that's my suggestion. And also, I think from our side, from the private side, why this industry exists because we need it. And during the production or during our construction, we tried our best to lower the carbon dioxide emission. But we really need support from the public. Well, really, because during this process we spend a lot of money. It will be a great cost for how every technology we take tend to lower the carbon dioxide emission. So from our side, we hope we can benefit from to reduce the carbon dioxide emission. For example, in Indonesia, everyone, if you concern about nickel, you will know the RKB. It's very difficult, but so in my mind, if is it possible, because we are the best, we are the lowest carbon dioxide emission project. If it's possible, we can get more RKB, or maybe we can get some policy to win the competition in the world because we have done a lot to lower the carbon dioxide emission. That's my opinion. Thank you.
All right, perfect, Mr. Wei. So talking about competitive advantage, we're talking about policies as well. And so for Mr. Satrio, would you like to add a little bit? What kind of partnerships do you think we need from the fertilizer industry specifically?
Thank you. Pupuk Indonesia is the fertilizers company. We have assignment to fulfill the fertilizer needed to support our food resiliency in our country. There are 280 million people in Indonesia need food. We should support the policy to fulfill the fertilizers and food security in our country. We see about the decarbonization, climate change is not a challenge, but opportunity. How? The opportunity we know about the friendly energy in the future is hydrogen. We can produce nitrogen, and we can produce ammonia as a hydrogen carrier. There's a chance, not a challenge. So we see the decarbonization, climate change not the challenge, but a chance for us. We can leave our core business as a fertilizers, but we do the friendly energy by produce ammonia as the hydrogen carrier. Yeah, I know there's a very huge investment to transforming from the gray ammonia to blue ammonia and also green ammonia. But I'm sure with the collaboration we can realize this. And not only in the technological and industrial aspect, we do the nature-based solutions following with our Ministry of the Environment. We do agroforestry, we do mangrove restorations, and etc. And we wrap it that with collaboration we can do everything we can against the challenge of the climate resiliency, and we make better of our art. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Satrio. So you talked about a really important point, which is that food is something that humans need every single day. It's a long-term strategy. So we want to see and we want to ask, what is your vision for Indonesia as a leader in climate resilient development through this nature and technology synergy?
Yeah, we ensure that we envision that Indonesia is one of the leader country in the climate resiliency, with integrating of the technological aspect and also the natural-based solution. We with once again with collaboration, we make Indonesia as one of the forefront country or the leader country in the climate resiliency, and I'm sure that about that. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give another round of applause for our panelists. And now we'll move on to our Q&A session. If anyone would like to ask a question for our panelists, please raise your hand and directly introduce your name, your affiliation, and what the question is. So, yes, we have one question there.
Hello? Okay, sorry about that. Yeah. Thank you for your presentation. My question is, my name is Ahmed Abari from Nigeria. I work for the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency. I am really interested with your presentation, Synergizing Nature and Technology, Strategic Leadership for Climate Resilience. I want to know what you are doing in collaboration, especially carrying the local communities around, because I know for any project to be achieved, partnering with local community is very, very important. What is the nature of your collaboration with local community, as well as your inclusion of the youth in order to achieve sustainability in this project? Thank you.
Thank you. That's a great question. So yes, just to restate the question from all of our panelists, what are some of the areas that you're working with young people, with the local communities, especially maybe in the palm industry, in the fertilizer industry? What are some of the areas and programs that you work with the local communities? Maybe do we have anyone who wants to start first? Okay. All right.
Yeah, thank you for the questions. We have a program with the local community to develop the area. We have agroforestry program, and also we have we join with the local community join with in our program to increase the local economy, because we do some plantation that can productive can be give their income and increasing the economy in the local economy. We do collaboration with not only the local community, and we collaborate with the local government as the bridging, and that because they know well about the local community. So this program is going well in the several area, and we will increase it. Now 1,500 hectares we do with the local community, and we will increase it higher and in more wide area. That's from.
Thank you, Mr. Satrio. Mr. Bandung, would you like to add something?
Yes. Okay, thank you. I would like to support Pak Satrio's statement regarding on how to collaborate with the community because of, you know, that in Astra Agro Lestari, 50% of our fresh fruit bunch coming from the smallholders. So then we assisted the smallholders with good agricultural practices, including the good fertilizer applications on the ground. And then, then our plantation actually are mostly in a remote area. Different place has its own different cultures, different behavior, and different characters. So then the approach with the local community, but the community living in that area should be locally specific. Our understanding regarding the local community behavior and culture is very, very important. You cannot just introduce a technology, you cannot just introduce a systems, but you need to understand what they need. And how we can sit down together with them, how we can, when we understand their needs, then we can introduce them with technology, we can introduce them with fertilizer for good agriculture practices. So this is very challenging situations as Indonesia agriculture's not only in one place, and it starts from Aceh to Papua. Then the plantations are scattered in the remote area, and then as I said before that different area has its own dynamic. So this is what we can share about our work, our partnership with the smallholders in the remote area. I hope this can provide you with valuable information about that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bandung. Do we have any follow-up question maybe, or any other questions from the audience? I think the presentations were too great, so there are no more questions from the audience. All right. So we've talked. I actually have a follow-up question, Mr. Bandung. So you talked about culture and also about understanding the local communities and where the palm plantations are. I want to ask more towards on how the communication towards, let's say, palm oil being in their local communities. How do you convince them? How do you convince them to work with companies, with the private sector? How do we encourage this partnership and convincing them, since it's two different social backgrounds?
Yes, correct. So this is super challenging questions and super challenging work on the ground. As I said before, that different area has its own characters, and then we are in Indonesia. There are multi-ethnics, yeah. So then our approach with them should be aligned with their character, their behavior, and then the first thing that we need to understand them, and we need to understand their need, and then we can engage. After we engage, so then we learn together with them. Just as an example about the land fire. In several areas in Indonesia, especially in the remote area, that they open the land through fire. So this is super challenging because of working with the local people is not easy, but it can be conducted. You need to have a patience to sit down with them, and then we learn together, and we need to understand their traditional wisdom. And then through this learning together, so then we can introduce what the importance of partnerships, how to save the environment together. Okay, I hope that can answer your question.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bandung. Yes, absolutely. So from Mr. Satrio, do you have anything else to add on how Indonesia is very diverse And Pupuk also has lots of subsidiaries around Indonesia. How do you really convince the local community to work with corporates?
Yeah, we deliver our fertilizers, especially subsidized fertilizers, from the on all of the area in Indonesia. We delivered from five our subsidiary company to from Aceh to Papua, yeah, and all of the area in Indonesia. And we don't only distribute the fertilizers. We also have, as a state-owned enterprises, have a task to increase the economic growth in the local area. So we give a program to to deploy and to develop the economy, the UMKM, the little enterprise in the local. We give them assistance, guidance, how to running the business, especially related with the agriculture. This is important because for the farmer, the limited the farmers. Not all of the farmers know about the business of the agriculture. They only plant and harvest it, and then they cannot market it, marketing it. And they cannot do in the downstreaming of the agriculture's product. So we give guidance. We give some program to develop them, and they can do step by step by themselves. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Pasatrio. So it's also talking about capacity building, giving the communities the know-how to operate the technology from the corporate sector. All right, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much once again to our panelists. Let's give a round of applause once again. Next, I'd like to invite for a group photo for our panelists before we close off our talk show on technology and nature.